John Sherry. I'm with AM Technologies. I am the Executive Managing Director. He actually had an opportunity to meet my colleague Craig earlier. So he's great on speaking on data, where it's going, transformation, technology, and what I wanted to really focus on is how apps are transforming retail. And I really wanted to, I took it very, very seriously and did a lot of research on it. And I have a quote that really sets the standard for where it's going. And it's from the great Wayne Gretzky. A little closer. Wayne Gretzky said, "I skate to where the puck is going to be, not where it has been." And I think for retail, that's very, very important going forward. You have to make sure that with the different applications that you have, it's something that hasn't been created yet. It's the future, whatever's going to happen in the future. And, two examples of how powerful applications are. I don't know if you guys probably use the RECon application. That's an application that has all the information you could possibly need on your phone. It's very simple, it's easy to use, and even In-N-Out Burger, they have an application, and it's really simple. And I think that's really what makes the difference. If you make it simple and easy so people can use it. And with retail, there's so much competition today. It's going to be changing very, very fast, that you have to think completely outside of the box and create something that doesn't exist. And there's actually a story I have. My founder of the company, Neil Miker, one of the reasons that I joined the team, he told me this story, and it stuck in my head. I never forgot it. He said that he was down in San Francisco, down by the ferry building, and there's this giant arrow that's shooting into the ground, if you guys have been there before. And he walked up, and there's these two guys, they're throwing football back and forth, and Neil loves football, so he was throwing the football with those guys, and he started talking to them, and one of them was a CEO, and the other one was a CTO. So he's like, yeah, everybody's a CTO and CEO. So he asked them what they did, and they make an application called Bartender. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but what it does is, if you can imagine that bottle right there, I have this bottle. You take your smartphone, and you're able to get your full inventory in a whole bar in less than 15 minutes by seeing how much each level of each bottle is in. So these guys, they're actually aren't from the bar industry whatsoever, or the restaurant industry. They didn't think outside of the box. They created their own box. And I think that's really what you have to do today, because there is so much competition. And if you look at some of the other industries that are changing rapidly, you look at hospitality, they have Airbnb, they have Hotel Tonight, which I use all the time. They're disrupting those industries. And you can go further, and you have in transportation, you have Uber and Lyft, and they're completely transforming everything. And Jeff Bezos, I actually had a picture here for you guys. I don't know if you guys can see it. There he is right there. But you know what? I mean, he's completely disrupting everything, especially on an application standpoint. And I think that the companies today are really figuring out ways to not only compete against him, but get ahead of him. And a great example of that is, Craig actually briefly spoke about it, when you look at what Walmart's doing. Walmart bought a company called Jet, like he had mentioned, and Jet they have an application that a lot of their sales are on too. And Jet is pretty much a reflection of exactly what Amazon is. So it's a really simple, easy way to get discounts on different goods that you need. And then another good example is PetSmart. So PetSmart just bought this mobile application. It's called Chewy.com for over $3 billion. And Chewy, same thing, the application, you jump on, and if you have a dog or you have a pet, you can find exactly what you need really quickly. You swipe it, and it comes to your house in 2 days. So they're figuring out different ways that they can differentiate themselves. And one thing that was really interesting, I got some statistics for 2016. The total retail sales totaled $3.39 trillion. And mobile phone sales was actually only $60.2 billion, which is 1.3%. So we're all afraid of Amazon, but there's still a huge market. It's mostly offline still. It's 37.1%. That's web influenced offline, and it's 31% that's web influenced offline retail sales as well, where one web touch point was mobile phone, for example. And so that's good news, because all these people that are in retail, you just have to really be creative and think of a new way that's completely outside of a box and create your own box so that you have a solution. And apps in general. So in 2008, there was approximately 800 apps. And in May 2017, there's 2.2 million. By 2020, there's going to be over 5 million apps, they say. That's just in the Apple App Store. So it's going to be changing rapidly. And I had a question. How many apps do you think you use on a daily basis?
8.
Very close. 9. Yep, almost right on. And in a month, you use 30. And out of curiosity, does anybody use any retail applications? Any retail applications? Yeah, what do you use? Chipotle. Right, pre-order? Starbucks. Yeah.
Every day.
Right, so that's a great example of a really easy app. You can order, you can scan it, you can do all these different things, you can get your discounts and so forth. So they make it really, really simple and easy. And with all their retail locations, they have to do that. They have to make sure that they're staying ahead of the curve.
I have a question for you about some of the innovative apps that you mentioned, though, or like the company that PetSmart purchased, some of those. I don't know how they compare. I imagine it's nowhere near the volume that Amazon is doing. Do you think that they're losing some sales because they can't compete with the Prime, the shipping guarantees? Because sometimes I'll look for those things online, especially pet food and things like that.
Right.
The shipping costs are through the roof.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
In that space,
Right.
I think.
Yeah, I think that is a challenge.
Yeah.
That's I think they need to figure out how they can do that, how they're going to be able to compete against them, because Amazon took over that market for shipping. And I think that Jet is getting closer, but still, when I think of getting something online, I don't go to Jet usually.
Right.
I do go to Amazon.
Right.
But I think that they're going to keep pushing forward and really figuring out how to tweak their application to make it simple and easy, just like Amazon did. And Steve Jobs, he had a great quote that really made me think about, you have to really get in the mind of the retail, the customers. He said, get closer than ever to your customers. So close, they tell them what they need well before they even realize it. So you have to really understand what those pain points are going to be before they even happen. And you have to figure out what you're going to do to help them. And I actually went to a really, really cool event. It was the startup conference. It was down in Redwood City. And it was amazing. So there's a lot of great speakers. Actually, the founder of a company called Instacart spoke. And I don't know if you guys have heard of Instacart. Instacart's really, really cool. So what it is, it's an application that you can order groceries for your business, for your home, and they deliver them in less than an hour. It's guaranteed. And they'll go and they'll find every single item that you need. And I don't know if you guys can see these, but if I want a banana, oranges, apples, you name it. So they made an application that's specific for the grocers. So they pick these items up at the grocery store. So it's helping the grocery store, the retailers. It's not even in the grocery store's app, but a technology company created their own box and are now helping retailers.
So the grocers have those items ready and waiting for them?
Yep. Yes, and then the CEO mentioned he saw that when a customer was on there, he was looking for cream cheese, and cream cheese wasn't at Whole Foods. So he's like, what the heck? He emailed the guy personally and made sure he got his cream cheese and delivered it to him. So it's a very good company, I think. And another really cool one is it's called Price Patrol. So what Price Patrol does, it's an application that within your area, you can look for a product. So let's say you don't want to wait 2 days for Amazon. It'll find that product in your area, the closest and the cheapest, where you can go pick it up. And it'll map you to that location. So just in case, if you don't want to wait 2 days, you can have it in pretty much an hour if you want. So I think that's another really innovative idea. And Another one that I used is I'm going to be getting married in about a month, and we went to Target, my wife and I, and what we got this an iPhone, and we went through for our registry and scanned all these different items, and it almost created an experience where it was fun, something I did with my wife. So they made it really simple for us to do that. And that's one reason why I like going to Target. It's fun to go to Target. I don't know if you guys like Target, but Target's doing great. But they also have applications that make it really simple and easy for you as well. And then, the big retailers. So they're really trying to differentiate themselves from a social media standpoint, application standpoint. Macy's, Nordstrom's, they're using Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and they are blowing it up where they're all over the place and they're getting thousands and thousands, millions of users, and they can post about discount items, any store items that people are looking for. I don't know if you guys get that. Sometimes it'll pop up, and if you looked for something on an application, it shows up on your email, it shows up on your Facebook. All of a sudden you're like, what the heck? I just looked for that and now it's here. It's so fast. Sometimes I think they can hear you too, because I think it shows up that way as well. And then I think a big piece is really just enhancing the customer experience through their applications. And Best Buy and Westfield, what they really do is they make that process really simple and easy. They are able to scan QR codes so you can see reviews, compare prices, track all your purchases in a really simple way. And that's really, really important to do that. And I guess in closing, I think there's two things that I really want to focus on. All the channels matter. So it's just not going to be applications that matter. It's going to be store, online, and mobile, and creating synergy and having them work together, or else it's not going to work for them. And then as for the mobile revolution, the mobile shopping revolution, it's going to be here to stay, and retailers can either try to beat it or join it. That's going to be the choice. But I think that this is the best, most exciting time for applications for retailers could ever have. They just have to be creative and find what's out there and figure out how to create different solutions and figure out what the customers need before they even know it. Any questions?
Do you think augmented reality is going to play a role in retail? Maybe you say, I want to get a can of string beans, and you don't know where they are. Is it your glasses help hear it and lead you the way? Or
I definitely do. Have anybody here seen the movie Minority Report?
Yeah.
So Minority Report, when he's walking, all of a sudden these ads pop up about him and about the things that he likes when he's walking through. And just having like a technology like that is going to be so powerful, and it's not that far away. I think it's probably going to be here in 3 to 5 years that it's going to be able to do that.
Say they have it didn't they just describe it?
Yeah,
Who
Liz
was here?
from the ICSC.
Milan or somewhere other country.
So 5 years ago,
it was in
Pyramid was building a mall, carousel, they're expanding it to make it a Destiny USA. And one of the concepts that they want to do, this is like maybe 5+ years, was that a good portion of the complex was you would walk in and things that you would look at, it would register. And things that you would spend time with, you would get, things. And everything was for sale.
Wow.
Like even the pictures that you would look at, just anything. But that didn't happen.
Wow.
But I thought it was good forward thinking.
It is, and things like that are going to start happening
Well, what I
and be
think
available.
is weird is when you're using the virtual reality gear,
Yeah.
how your eyes control it. That's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually whatever you're looking at, it knows you're looking at it and it locks on.
So
I think
tracking
Yeah.
AR
eyes.
though,
It tracks your
I think
eyes.
augmented reality will take off faster than VR because this market for virtual reality is super small and it's already taken a long time for it to manifest. They've been investing heavily in the VC industry and the angel community probably for the past 4 or 5 years almost now, and they just haven't seen the lift. But AR, the big talk is that the reason why Apple is investing so heavily in AR is even Facebook thinks that the smartphone's going to go away and it's going to move to this AR type augmented reality type of system. I'm curious, so here's my question, and I didn't mean to. Just want to share a little bit of information I collected. What are the 8 apps or 9 apps that you use?
For retail?
No,
Or
it's
in
like your
general?
phone, man.
Yeah, so
Reddit,
I would say,
Instagram, Instachat.
yeah, my favorites are, so I have my
You better not say Tinder.
my knowledge. So I have Flipboard,
That's
Business Insider, the Tip, Pocket. I have MIT Mobile, Curiosity, the Medium. That's a really good one. Curiosity is too. On anything new and exciting that's changing in the world, they're up to date on everything. And TechCrunch. Those are probably I use those all the time.
Yeah.
And then Uber. That's a big one that I'm always using. And I guess my applications for my company. I'm using those.
What email client do you use?
Email client?
Yeah, you use just Apple Mail or Gmail app?
Gmail.
Gmail app?
Yep, Gmail.
I'm such a nerd.
What do you use, Andrew?
Oh man, I'm dumb. So I use a combination of two. Outlook I use.
Uh-huh, Outlook.
It's really easy to reply and insert times that you're available, and you can reply with its calendar and that put together. But then I also use Newton email, which you have to pay. But I use it. Newton's pretty awesome.
Why?
Because I use Todoist for my to-do list, and it integrates pretty well. And I use at the office we use Evernote pretty much for everything.
I don't
So you
know.
like Evernote?
I love Evernote. Yeah, and it's not for us. It's not necessarily a note-taking app. It's a way to not have to fire up a Google Doc, name it, save it in a folder.
So I
like-
should
Okay.
embrace it more. I've been neglecting it.
Yeah, so how we use it is we use it as a way to like jot notes or clip. Let's say if somebody's giving me a comp, they're updating the website, I can just like save it. Like there's like a little button in your browser and I can save it and I just mark up the PDF and then just I have a shortcut. I think it's like Command / and it turns it into a public link. So I just send them back the link.
Huh.
And go, hey, deal with this. So yeah.
So Newton email.
Yeah, Newton email. Well, you can also do it. So Newton email I use because it's got like news and all that stuff, but it's got like integration, so I can just like save that email and that attachment to my to-do list.
Okay.
Or save it to my Evernote, or we use Asana for like all of our software development stuff. So I can save an email or an attachment to Asana. But yeah, I wish Newton had calendar integration like it does with Outlook. So. It is what it is.
So much cool stuff.
Yeah.
So much cool stuff. I think, 20 years ago, it was all about the internet boom, and now it's applications and data and artificial intelligence, and it's gonna go to some amazing
Okay,
places.
so what is your favorite application
Favorite application?
that has made the most, that's changed your life the most?
Productivity wise?
Yeah, productivity.
Okay.
Productivity wise, I would say, so we use Pipedrive as our CRM. So it's really simple and easy to use.
What's Pipedrive?
Pipedrive is a CRM. So
Makes it.
it's by Pipedrive. Just Pipedrive.
So what does it do? I don't understand what
It's so you can track all your deals, different stages. You can track all your contacts. You can track all the communication. It's similar to a Salesforce or a HubSpot. And actually, that was a question for you. Do you integrate with something like Pipedrive for Digsy?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah, we
Okay.
just do custom integrations.
Excellent.
That's my biggest headache is using our CRM, and I was forced to migrate over to Dynamics, which is the
Oh, yeah.
worst
Good
thing
luck.
in the world.
Yeah.
It's constant headache.
Probably my favorite though is HubSpot.
Yeah.
And HubSpot, they actually use a more of an intelligence platform on there, where you mentioned the emails.
Yeah.
So you can set up different sequences and timelines with different emails that you can send out to your opportunities, and you can schedule them so you don't forget,
What's that called?
which is HubSpot.
HubSpot.
That's a
HubSpot for
you
sales,
pay,
right?
pay for
Yeah.
Yep, that's, I
That
think
would
it's,
take about 30 different campaign steps and dynamics. So.
oh geez, HubSpot makes it
Yeah,
so
we
simple.
integrate with Salesforce and we can do custom integrations and we have a lot of users that have dynamics, which we don't hear a lot of, and yeah. But same thing as people don't like
Just trying to
using
get
it, so
some
they use us.
ammunition here to go to my team internally and say we need to go.
Try
You say
HubSpot.
HubSpot
Yes,
or
and then Pipedrive is very inexpensive. It's
You ever use Pipedrive?
no.
that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was a good one. It's simple. It's really, really simple, and you can customize everything very, very
It's like
fast.
$15 or $20.
Yeah,
Listen,
I think it's-
Dynamics was not cheap, so I'm not concerned about the price. I'm concerned about
If it helps you,
work,
yeah.
productivity, yeah.
Yeah.
We have teams, having synchronization across the world.
Right. If people are adapting it too,
Yeah.
because if they're not adapting, it doesn't matter. That's a problem too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got one more question. You're younger. In the last 12 months, how many times have you been to a shopping center, a mall, an enclosed mall?
I actually, probably in the last 12 months, probably a mall, probably 6 to 8 times.
Whole
He's
year?
getting married. So
Yeah, I'm-
that might be why.
Yeah.
That's true. Gotta go shopping, get my tux, and
How about your fiance?
she probably goes. Oh, she's there probably every other week.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, she goes to the mall a lot. She likes the mall, browse, pick things out.
That's good. I don't think I've been to the mall in like a year and a half.
I was gonna say, I don't go to the old-fashioned malls, but I go to like big shopping centers.
The
We just
Like
had
a
a
mixed
child
use.
3 months ago.
oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Great.
So we went to the mall to push him around.
Oh yeah,
Place to
and
Right.
It's air conditioned.
Yeah,
right,
place
and
to-
and today what malls are becoming, they're becoming family centers, city centers, where
Right.
you can spend a whole day there,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it exciting.
Right.
You just don't go there to shop. You go there to grab lunch, catch a movie, all that stuff. Yeah, hang out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Your
80%
favorite
of
sit-down restaurant? Chain.
Sit down.
No,
Actually,
when I say chain, I'm gonna say as in from like Ruby Tuesdays all the way up to Cheesecake Factory or Legal Seafood or whatever.
it's funny you mentioned that. I actually have them right here.
What do you got?
Del Frisco's, Yard House in Old Chicago.
Oh, cool.
Best pizza.
Which one's the best pizza?
Old Chicago, Yard House, really good beer.
I do like
Del
your-
Frisco's.
I think your house is a great concept.
Yeah,
I love Yard House.
yeah, it is, and you know it makes it
And
fun
Del Frisco
inside.
does not come across like a chain. I think
No.
perfected the.
No, not at
I'm
all.
a chain, but I am a chain, but I'm very cool.
Right, Ruth Chris is the same way. Yes, I think so. Yeah, those are my 3 favorite.
Is there a Frisco's in Southern California?
There's enough Frisco here. It's like
Oh,
freestyle.
dude, I gotta try
Oh, is there?
that.
I go to the one in
awesome.
Denver.
But if you do want great steak, the best is Joe's Crab.
I love Joe's.
Joe's Crab's the best.
Really?
for steak.
Oh, by far. Not Joe's Crab Shack.
Oh,
Joe's
no, I
Crab.
knew what you meant. Joe's
Ah.
steak and
Hands down, and we know Josh Grossman is very picky about his steak. And I tell you, that's always the place to go.
That sounds awesome.
I have
Excellent.
one at my house in Chicago. We
Gonna
love
have to
it.
try that out.
We have a lot of steak places. It was great to meet you, John. I'm Linda from the Broken
Thank you.
House.
Thank you for
I didn't
closing
even
us
know
out.
who
Yes,
you
of
were.
course. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Later.